Hello and welcome to a new video. Thank you for your great feedback for my DPS PVE tier list. In this video I will do a full tank and healer tier list for World of Warcraft the Burning Crusade Anniversary. The pre-patch is live right now and TBC will go in its third round, and while I was leveling my Paladin, I noticed a lot of people are new to World of Warcraft or TBC in general. Because of this, I decided to make an actual tier list for the upcoming new or old expansion to tell you what you can expect from your class as a tank or heal in dungeons and raids. I played TBC on the first release in 2007 and on the second time in 2021, and with my experience I'm creating this tier list. So let's dive in. We have 3 different tanks in TBC Anniversary. We have the Warrior, we have the Paladin, and we have the Druid. Every one of them have their own strengths and weaknesses. We will start with the Paladin. The Protection Paladin is insanely good in TBC. They have a great 3-man taunt, insane AoE threat with Consecration and Righteous Fury, combined with shield block and seals. They will never lose aggro and they can hold an insane amount of mobs. They also have good avoidance with great block ability, they can parry and so on. They also bring Judgment of Wisdom or Light to your raid, as well as Blessings with Salvation or Kings, and they can cleanse. They are insane in raids and they will probably be your #1 choice for main tank in your raid. But they are also great in dungeons. They are the absolute go-to tank in TBC. They have a few weaknesses, like mana can maybe become a problem if they don't play it right, and they lack an oh shit button like shield wall from warriors, but all of this shouldn't be such a big problem in the iteration of TBC we play. So because of this, Protection Paladin is S tier. Warriors. While warriors were the absolute heroes in Classic, they have a little bit of a downfall in TBC. They still have really good defensive options and powerful cooldowns with shield wall and last stand if something bad happens, and they also have great single target threat with Devastate, Shield Slam and Revenge. Also, they scale really good with gear. But they have a problem, and that's their AoE threat. It's just not good. They have a lot of problems holding threat in big packs. This is basically their biggest weakness in TBC. Also early on, without gear, they might feel a bit squishy. Compared to other tanks, they also lack utility, they only bring shouts and armor reduction, and because of this, warrior tanks go into the A tier here. Feral tanks. Ferals have insane single target threat, great cleave, insane amount of HP, and really good mitigation through massive amounts of armor. They bring really good flexibility to play as a DPS, as a cat when necessary, and to play as an off tank as a bear. Also, they bring great utility with innerweight and combat reses when they don't tank, and Mark of the Wild, poison and disease removal, and bleed damage increase with Mangan. Your bear will probably not be your main tank, even when it can work, because they can't parry or block, and because they don't have defensive cooldowns. Also, fear can be a problem to them, but you're the absolute go-to choice for off tanks and still great in dungeons. Because of this, you are S tier. After talking about all 3 tanks, don't get me wrong, you can play every tank in TBC because tanks are always in need. Protection warriors can on some bosses even be S tier over the other 2, so it's also a viable choice. But if we compare them on their strengths and weaknesses, this is how I would rank them. Okay, let's go to the healers in TBC. Same as tanks, if you play a healer in TBC, you are a kicker chat. Everyone needs them and they are insanely valuable for every group. With TBC, healers are getting different playstyles, so let's talk about them. We will start with the Holy Priest. The thing about priests in TBC is they can do everything. They have insane AoE and group heal with Prayer of Healing, Circle of Healing and Prayer of Mending, but also shields for high damage spikes, hordes with renewal, and their normal casted greater heal for main tank healing. They also bring good utility with Dispel Magic and Master Spell to remove debuffs, as well as Abolish Disease, Fear Ward and a big stamina buff. They have good mana regeneration while casting as well. They are more flexible in what they can do, but compared to Shamans or Paladins, which we talk about in a second, they lack a bit of utility and a specific role. Because of this, I will put them in the A tier. Let's stay at Priest. Disc Priest. The Discipline Priest is more of a supportive class. They can be played for their power infusion and pain suppression as a tank healer combined with a prot paladin for example, but they honestly lack a bit healing output. If you want to bring one, you probably only bring one of them in your raid. They are not in the insane state, they are in Wrath of the Lich King, and Discipline Priest is more of a PvP spec. Because of this, I will rank them in B tier here. Let's talk about the Restoration Druid next. Restoration Druids bring great HOTS with Life Bloom, Rejuvenation and Regrowth. They can HOT your whole raid, especially in fights with a lot of movement because of mechanics. They can shine by healing, but they have problems with burst damage. Their utility is great with Innovate and their combat dresses and Mark of the Wild, Thorns and Poison removal, but overall there are just better choices for heal because they lack a clear strength. In PvP they are the absolute best, but in PvE they are only B tier in my opinion. Holy Paladins. Holy Paladins are the best single target healers in the game without a doubt, and the absolute go-to main tank heal with Flash of Light and Holy Light. In TBC, Illumination, the talent in the Holy Paladin tree, is still insanely good, so you can basically heal forever with enough crit because of the mana you get back. You also bring insane raid utility with your auras, your Judgment of Wisdom or Light, your blessings like Kings, Wisdom, Salvation and so on. You can also cleanse poisons, magic and DC, but you also have a clear weakness. Your AoE healing is really bad in TBC, and you have no HOTS at all. So you want someone else like Shamans or Priests to do that instead. With Divine Shield you can ignore raid mechanics and keep your tank alive in between, which is also really strong. Holy Paladins are sitting between S and A tier in my opinion, but even with the lag in AoE heal, I will put them in the S tier because of the insane main tank healing and utility. You basically always want one Holy Paladin in your raid. Last, Restoration Shaman. Resto Shamans are the best AoE and raid healers without a doubt with Chain Heal. That's your main ability, which you press 99% of the time, except for maybe your totems. You also bring of course your great raid utility with Heroism and Bloodlust, Purge, and the already mentioned totems like Tremor, Mana Tide, Mana Rack, Wind Fury for dungeons or Spell Power. Those are just a few of them, they are just so good. You also bring Poison Clans and this group wide with totems as well. You have an oh shit instant heal and Earth Shield as a nice cooldown which procs itself. Even when Heroism and Bloodlust is raid wide now, you still want one Shaman in each group for the powerful totems, so a Restoration Shaman is always an insane valuable asset for every raid. S tier. And that's my tier list for tanks and healers. What do you think where certain specs shall be? Let me know in the comments down below where you would rank them and let me know why. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this useful, consider to like and subscribe for more World of Warcraft TBC Anniversary content. Special thanks goes out to my channel members who support me with their hard-earned real-life money, especially Soul3, Jake Collis, Penguin625 and Icecorn.